we're alive. We're good? Everything's ready and focused?
And dead inside.
Speaking of being dead inside and outside, hello everyone! Hi Tara. Tara beating everybody else in here. Happy New Year, everyone.
Hey, we're alive. Happy Tuesday, peoples.
Hey, we're alive.
I was kind of wondering, actually.
We see whose phone's faster.
Yeah, but Happy New Year, everybody. Bishop is over there being sick. Apparently, a psychopath decided to use our house to do a New Year's Eve party and got you sick with swamp cooties, I think was the term he used.
Yeah.
The bug-eyed freak. Yeah, your friends come over.
This is all slanderous?
Uh-huh.
And once this is written down in the journal, it will be libel.
Right. Anyway. Anyway, folks. So, we're going to follow the honorable tradition of how you celebrate every New Year's by focusing on something that is long since dead and gone. Tonight, as you saw in the title, we're going to be talking more about vampires, specifically
about my Will Live.
Scream Swamp.
Or my mom.
You know, the sad thing is that the Prince of Darkness here is the only one who's not a raging pessimist in this crowd. I really feel like that's backwards with you three. Calypso. Anyway, though.
Which is not actually orange, it's actually green.
Oh, yeah, hey! That's kind of cool. Anyway, though. But no, tonight we're going to be talking about some vampires, specifically American vampires. But before we do all that hoopla, we have something of a laundry list. So, over the past few weeks, our friends, the Black Lily and Tara Winchester, have been sending us crap. Not crap, actually. It's awesome stuff. Well, I'm hoping it's awesome stuff. I'm sure it will be. But anyway, please stop that. Anyhow, but we have some homemade spicy things. Stop messing with my hat. God damn it. Anyway, we have some stuff from Tara. We have some Christmas gifts from the Black Lily. You already got yours.
I already got mine.
So screw you.
Because I'm the favorite child.
Well, obviously, you didn't even have the dogs or the
Oh, yeah, no.
This guy forgot his dogs.
No, they were probably out terrorizing the local orphanage or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, so... Hi, Dad. Hello, Mr. Bishop.
And Mom is watching. She's just on the TV.
Yeah, she can't type.
Hi, Mom.
Alright. Let's see what we got in this box here. We have what look like some candles that rats have gotten into. I hope nothing actually jumps out of this.
I'm gonna laugh if it does.
Yeah, but we have some candles now.
And then I'm walking straight out into the desert.
I'm pretty sure those aren't the Christmas gifts. What is... This looks like a... Oh, this is one of your shirts.
Oh, that is one of my shirts. So I still get a Christmas present from this one.
Yeah. This... Oh, it's a big, like, decal.
This dude.
Yeah, it's a car decal.
That's
Okay.
a wolf.
Yeah, nifty. Hi, Choopy. We're going to set that there. Alright. Some more candelabra. Oh! She mentioned she was going to be sending the Vagrant some gifts, too, for candles and stuff, because he apparently needs candles for that weird altar he's building out in the middle of nowhere. Hi, Open Eyes.
Hey, it's not weird, it's awesome.
Probably.
I can neither confirm or deny that I've been there.
Alright, but anyhow. More candelabra. Wow.
Hi, Open Eyes.
That's a pretty one.
Cleaning a
I don't know
dental
what
office.
Bishop would want to add to it, though.
Alright. So let's see here. Now, for the record, folks, the Black Lily works by a commission. You can contact me directly over on X, and I can pass the message along if you want to get something from her. She has a storefront now at her local swamp meet. Again, we can get more information if you're interested, but right off the bat, we have this Really pretty plaque here. Yeah, can you zoom in on that?
That is very green.
Warpstone green.
It is gonna look so
Oh,
trippy
yeah.
with the. Yeah, and
It's actually not that bad.
no, it's not actually. Now these are resin.
They are resin, all hand poured.
Yep, hand poured into molds. That is really cool, actually.
That one came out really good.
Hi, Connie. Hello, Connie. Everyone in the chat is just going to evolve into hi, hello for like the next 5 minutes. You want to take that carefully. I wish Mom could talk so that we could. Oh, wait a second. It's signed for to Jesus. Pass that over to Jesus.
The Almighty.
Oh, yeah, right. This one is for me. It's green, so it probably looks really weird on the screen. And that would mean that the red one must be for... Yep,
Scorpion attack.
here you go, Joseph. Now these are, if it's what I think they are, these are really neat. Crack them, come on guys, let's crack them open.
We're kind of spoiling last show.
Well, sort of, yeah. But these are nifty D&D. Wow.
Warpstone.
Yeah, it is. These are mimic boxes for your dice and stuff.
To
Oh.
Joseph, love Mom and Dad, Tina and Chester.
Aw.
Thank you.
Oh, mine has like a skull and a little rat inside.
Very nice, very nice.
Like the packaging too. Let's see here. Mine we have. Wow. Holy crap. Hey, Jesus, you want to have PTSD for a second?
What's up?
The deck of many things. Every D&D player has like Vietnam flashbacks when he hears those words.
Okay, so Mom doesn't know what that is, so she just included a few cards in everyone's box.
Okay, that is actually really awesome. Ooh, yours is pretty over there from what I can
I
tell.
want to see what yours looks like. Jesus.
Yours looks like kind of burnt in the back.
It's a wooden chest with a,
Yeah, it has an eye like a mimic.
yeah.
And what's cool about these boxes, so again, I cannot stress this enough. If you like D&D, you want to get one of these because these ones come with these actually like old school little plastic dragons, and there's some knight. I got some knights, some little knight figures. Yeah. They come with dice.
You got a little knight figure.
Yeah. Ooh, mine has a skull.
I got a griffin.
Ooh, nifty. Did you get a skull?
Yeah.
Get a big
What is that thing? That looks like some kind of dragon.
dragon
Ooh,
and a knight.
I got this neat little keychain of an axe. The battle axe. And there's tons of like little dice. Oh, potions. Look at this, little potions.
I got a skull.
Oh, you got like a
Got from,
clear one. Yeah, now those skulls are also resin.
the last one I got was purple and black and gold, I think.
Yeah, yeah, I got little potions.
This one's orange, red, and black. Nice.
Mom says
Thank
to open
you.
the bags.
Open the, oh, yeah.
So
Whoa,
I got a little sword,
dude.
which actually
This-
has some weight to it.
Check out this. This is like a wolf fang pendant.
Here's your little dice.
This looks like something the Vagrant would wear on his outfit somewhere. Wonder if that'll show up. But I got potions. Oh yes, something else that the Black Lily likes to do, and she's actually getting really good at it, is custom dice. I've got some purple glittery dice here.
Once again, handmade, hand poured.
Yep, these are not made in a factory or a machine. This is a kind of weird little lady who just lives out in the middle of nowhere and sends me stuff for totally no reason.
Okay, this is really cool. I love this little vial.
Oh, the little potions?
I got like 3 of them.
Yeah, I got one with a skull on it. Ooh, it's actually got liquid inside. It's got like this weird yellow syrup.
Yeah, I got one with a skull on it, one without a skull on it. They're both the same other than the skulls. And then I got this little vial.
Oh yeah, I got one with the skull on it, one with that's a vial.
And one that's like full of dirt.
No, I just got the two.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also
And a
amongst.
battle axe.
Yeah,
Oh, you got
mine's
an
not
axe too?
full of dirt. It's full of like moss or something. That's cool.
I got
So-
an axe and a sword.
Yeah, I did too.
Ooh, nice.
I got a
only
coin.
sword.
What?
I've got-
A coin?
I got a really cool holographic coin. One side says "Go to sleep," and the other says "Play one more game." You know, I feel like Lobalus could use this. I like that. But the really cool thing.
Yeah, I got the same one.
Oh, you got a coin too?
I did too. Yeah, go.
Oh, we got coins. Did you get a coin?
There's some weight to that.
Favorite child confirmed. Anyway, though, but no. Each of these
That's the bishop. We all know this.
probably. Each of these boxes also includes this really nifty fake pocket watch that comes with micro dice.
Now your DM will hate you, but if you're ever in a spur of the moment D&D game, you gotta use what you gotta use.
Yeah, and also we have another bag here.
See, I got a tiny little like.
Oh, what is this?
I got dice, but I got no idea what the
Whoa!
f- is inside of it.
It
Oh,
is
it's a
a-
skull.
It's a keychain.
It's a little skull in the fucking dice. That's
Oh,
fucking awesome.
Oh,
I got
she has
this
little trinkets
gigantic.
in them.
It's a keychain. It's a gigantic D20. It looks like it can be opened. Can it be opened?
Yes.
Beat your enemy with it.
And then once again, more micro dice.
Oh. And it is actually full of micro dice. I don't think we could actually show that. Like, I don't think it would show up on camera.
8 little
I
guys.
got a dragon on the bag.
And a dragon.
Yeah. Little velvet bags.
2 velvet bags with a little, yeah, it has a little dragon.
Wonder-
But now, and this will probably make more sense to the older D&D players. The thing I liked about your box and these is, honestly, if you have a map or a board of some kind, you literally can just play D&D out of this box.
You
Like,
need, like a dry erase board.
You've
and
got-
this box and you're set.
yeah, you've got little knights that you can play as. They include a big nasty monster. Like, being completely fair, I want you to go back to ye old days of playing D&D. Tell me you would not absolutely shit yourself if your DM just put down this green-blue fairy dragon thing.
Okay, the first time I played D&D was with you guys, and we both know how all of that went. My ass would have been running straight into it.
Yeah, I know you would have. And it would have been funny to everyone else in the party when your character just goes sailing away.
Yeah, and then I would have been, I regret nothing, but it's still mine.
We could, like, make a whole graveyard of just your characters.
Can I confirm or deny any of that?
These wonderful velvet bags are actually really tough and high quality. The dice are good. I will say the dice are not painted or anything, so you might have to look a little carefully to see what number they are. But no, these are perfectly good dice. Oh, uh-oh.
What'd you get?
Oh god. Oh god, don't move.
You dropped your micro dice, didn't you? Okay, yeah, I think he recovered. I think he saved them.
I saved one, I only dropped one.
Oh, you only dropped one.
In fact, that one time I dropped something else.
Yeah, I like the little pocket watch. I like all these things. These are really freaking cool. And keep in mind, again, these are made by commission, so everyone is unique. Yeah, no. And again, like back in my day, it was all about the swagger and the how cool the stuff you brought to the table was. Nobody is going to have anything like these. I guarantee it,
You
because
have your LED dice, your floating dice, your tungsten square dice. Nobody's gonna have dice handcrafted by a little old lady
yeah,
in the middle of Texas.
yeah, no one's going to have one of these pocket.
Man.
No one's going to have these micro dice.
Thank you. These are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Grazie.
Oh, this guy, I like this little knight. He's like, come at me, bro, pose. I like these guys.
And again, a really cool box.
Oh, yeah.
She said that every watch is different. So what does everyone's have on them?
Oh, everyone has different things on them? Mine has, like, flowers and filigree. Oh. Oh, wow. I didn't notice this before. So Old Man Alert. These are the symbols of the original Gary Gygax's Dungeons and Dragons pantheon, the gods.
Mine had the bard on it.
Yeah, the bard.
And
icon.
that's because I told Mom that my favorite class is the bard and that I'm going to play a bard.
What do you?
His
You
has
have
a dragon.
You have a dragon on yours.
I have a dragon with a D20. What do you
It's on the front of your watch.
2 swords with the dice.
So everyone did get
Yeah.
a unique watch.
Yeah, every watch is different. Now it's not an actual pocket watch, but still, and I would honestly use these little dice just to see the other people squirm. Like, you're not really gonna roll those. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
If you're in a spur of the moment need where you need a set of D&D dice or like
Not just that, but like if you have them set on the table, you can literally just put one in here and just.
And pop it open and see what it is. Yeah.
it's just a nice bit of swagger
Ooh,
to keep.
DMs. If you're in charge of a game, there is nothing that ruins a game more than players seeing a dice roll that maybe they shouldn't at that exact moment in time. They ain't gonna see jack squat if you're rolling these tiny little buggers.
And we all love the mysterious DM roll that nobody knows what was for, but if you want it to be actually subtle and secret.
Oh, what's cool is the little cage one is also a fucking D20.
Yeah, you could just roll that damn thing.
Just chuck it at someone.
No, because of the 2 sides right here.
Yeah,
Still funny though.
it would be funny. But no, this is cool. Mine's like a bronze. Are your guys' bronze or are they?
What?
Mine seem to be bronze, yeah.
Bronze.
Okay. Yeah, no, and I have a sword here.
Ooh, mine has green eyes on it.
Huh, nifty. Yeah, I know. I got a little axe and a little sword. These would be cool little keychains. Oh, ow. Okay, the sword is sharp.
A little too effective.
Hi, Choopy. Yeah, mine has a little rat in it. Oh.
Right in the
fucking
face.
glasses, you bitch.
What are you looking at me for? It wasn't me, it was him.
Keep him there. He's mad because he didn't get to go on an adventure with his aunts.
Yeah. His ants.
Famine and Gluttony. They're out terrorizing the local orphanage, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, no, mine is
Yeah, no one cares
green.
about orphans, so it's fine.
Mine's green and sparkly and has little diamonds and skulls on it.
Yeah, mine's all like black and has like a nice blue eye. It's really cool.
Now I am going to crack open my deck of many things and see what cards I got. Now are
Looks
they
like you
all?
actually got the full deck.
Oh, I might have gotten them.
She only sent me a couple cards because she didn't know what it was for.
Oh. The skull. Oh crud! I know the skull.
Yeah, I think these are all bad actually.
You summon the Avatar of Death to attack you within 10 feet. It fights until you or it reach 0 hit points, then disappears. If anyone helps, they also summon another Avatar. Creatures slain by the Avatar cannot be restored to life.
Do I want to open mine?
I wonder if they are all the same, or is it like, did we each get a random pack?
I am opening mine. Deck of many things.
Comet. Comet was left in the box.
She wants you to show the clock.
Yeah. Mr. Bishop, would you mind? Oh, would you mind holding that closer to the camera?
No, the clock.
Donson cussed at me. My ears are bleeding.
Oh,
Oh, it's a D20.
yeah. No. Oh, she means. So she also makes clocks. Jesus, you're the closest. Could you bring the clock from behind you over there?
The black dragon.
Oh my god. I thought he meant the pocket watch. All right, the comet. If you single-handedly defeat the next hostile monster or group of monsters you encounter, you gain experience points enough to gain 1 level. Otherwise, this card has no effect. God damn! I'll just take an auto level up. Thank you, sir. The throne, the gem. Jesus, I found your card. It's called the Idiot.
Fuck you.
You would have said it to me if you had looked through it.
Yeah, I would've.
No, so she also makes these resin dragon clocks. That actually, its battery has died, but it did work. We just need to change the battery. No, it worked fine.
Chester actually made this.
Oh, really? her husband, Chester.
This is actually really cool.
It is. Like I said, it did work. I just needed to actually get off my ass and change the battery.
Yeah,
But,
the battery we got was... we
And it
have
was
batteries.
left on during shipping.
It was actually. That's kind of funny.
And it got lost in shipping. So.
It did actually. It was supposed to arrive like a week ago. But either way, these are another really cool thing that you can get from the Black Lily. Contact me personally, and I can hook you up and do that. Or you can go find her storefront in Piedmont. No, not Piedmont. Where is it? Moore, Texas.
Somewhere in Texas.
Yeah, lots of places. No.
Anyway. But yeah. These are really cool. I think we all did get the same.
As far as I know, everything you guys read off, I got.
Yeah, I think
I
that...
didn't read off anything.
I know. He's talking to me. Divine, Texas is where they apparently are. So at this... Yeah, you might be able to find her at the swamp meets.
I got 2 dragons. That's how you know I'm the favorite. This one's actually a phoenix.
You got 2 big creatures. I got 1. But still, I'm the favorite child, obviously. Well, actually, it's probably is the bishop.
What?
But yeah, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Black Lily. This skull is actually cool. It's got like gold eyes. Yeah, this really cool plaque here. But we do also have some spicy crap to try out, real quick here.
Tell the story
The
of the
Sun,
beats.
you gain 50,000 XP
What?
and a wonder item, which is the GM's determinates randomly. Appears in your hands. Star, increase one of your ability scores by 2. The score can exceed 20, but cannot exceed 24.
But yeah. So okay. So the first one we have is a
Tell
strong.
about the beats.
Yeah, okay, so my sister loves to pickle things. One of my favorite things is pickled beets. And Tara sent us a bunch of jarred stuff. And the thing I was looking forward to the most, the beets, shattered like Jim Carrey delivered the package, if you know what I mean, and I think you do.
It's because you don't visit His Holiness in West Virginia.
Jim Carrey was just tossing his Sonic career.
Yeah, he was very busy holding up an entire franchise. But anyway, but it's okay though because only the beets were damaged. Everything else came fine. But we got some.
They made a noble sacrifice.
Yeah, so we got strawberry hot sauce.
Are you sure that's strawberry? Okay, and then we have a mystery.
Yeah, she didn't label this one.
I will give that one to Jesus.
Hmm?
We'll give that one to Jesus.
Oh, the Arby's South Texas Market is where she has her storefront. So if you're in that area, you know what we're talking about there. You can go and get a commission from her, or maybe she'll have some stuff in her storefront. But anyway, we're gonna try these things. And my sister is apologizing in the chat, saying that she's sorry it's not actually that spicy. But we're gonna try this out anyway. Bishop, I know you're not feeling well, but do you want to try some?
Yeah, I'll come over there and I'll try some.
Oh, you don't have to. I'm just.
Oh no, I'll happily come over there.
We already got him. I already got him.
Children, you either behave with my nephew or I will cut a motherfucker.
I'm just saying. This guy threw him at my face last time.
Yeah. And my dad also does tarot readings out of their storefront. Arby's
Man, I
storefront.
haven't had a tarot reading since Seattle. That's been a couple of years.
But anyway, we're going to try and pop this. You want to try it? We got some chips here to try it out. I made these chips myself, actually.
almost bishoped yourself.
Yep. Alright, let me... You okay over there?
I got it on Choopy.
Oof! That smells interesting.
Gosh.
Alright.
I opened it. Would you like to smell it?
Thank you for opening it. Alright. You want to pass us chips, Sean, since you're like leaned over already? Thank you again. These are awesome Christmas gifts. Alright.
I blew it up all over us.
Alright. Gentlemen.
It smells good, by the way.
It does. It smells very, very sweet. And again, she's saying that it's not that. The pickles and the salsa, I didn't grab those for the show because we've had those on the show before. Jesus, did you dip yours?
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready? 1, 2, 3.
That is very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for the pain.
Whew. I'm feeling it.
There's a tiny bit of pain, not much.
I don't feel anything.
That's actually really good. There's a tiny bit of heat, but
There
not
is a
much.
sting, but it's it is really like a jelly or a jam.
We might have solved the question. The nameless one might just be normal strawberry jam.
I kind of hope it is. No, that actually is pretty good though.
I do like that.
I'm glad that this survived. Real quick,
That's actually really good.
what would we do with it?
Salsa.
Yeah.
Mix it into a salsa.
Good
Ooh,
as a dip.
what about using it as a glaze on like a ham or some meatloaf or something? My sister's sitting there. Be gentle. No, it's not bad at all. We don't need to be nice here. It actually is good.
She's saying be gentle with her.
Glaze on a flatbread.
Ooh.
It's very sweet. It's
Yeah, it tastes like jelly. It does have a little sting to it. Nowhere near like the worst we've ever had on this show, but
no, I just detect the heat. Not here. Hold him. Keep him safe from collateral.
Don't negotiate with terrorists.
Oh, that one was much easier.
does it smell like more of the same or?
No, that one kind of smells
Yeah,
like
this is strawberry
apricot.
jam. Would you like to
Yeah.
smell the jam?
That's like strawberry,
Yeah,
apricot,
strawberry.
very fruity.
This is strawberry jam.
Oh, this is actually the jam.
Yeah.
You want to dip a chip in it and try it out anyway?
Don't got anything better. to do.
Jam is only
Yeah.
meant for toast.
I guess Jesus won't be joining us.
Is Jesus too good for fruits?
Jam is on toast.
This is a chip. It's the same thing. Almost.
Don't you dare. No. Toast and chips are completely different.
I forgot to weigh it. I just tasted it. Yeah, it's just jam.
That's really good.
Yeah, that is just jelly.
Really good jam.
Tastes like honey.
It didn't set.
She says it doesn't set. Oh, I thought they were good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting like an apricot, strawberry, very fruity jam. That's really good.
That is very freaking good.
Peanut butter sandwich.
Now there is a salsa that she brought. You guys want to try that one too?
Yeah.
I mean, I can go get it real quick. If I can leave you two alone for like 30 seconds.
They're adults, I believe in them. Oh no, the inhumanity, they're fighting.
Oh,
They just went for each other's throats.
This guy's
It's a
terrorist.
bloodbath.
Oh dear. It's a massacre.
This one
No
is
honey,
this
straight
is one,
strawberry.
this is one of those colors that like it looks like it's gonna kick your ass.
Well, knowing you. Probably will.
Why are you here?
The salsa had serranos
Can
and
you open the door?
jalapenos and poblanos.
Oh, screw my life,
Wait, this one?
Yeah.
sir. You are the designated opener.
Part 1 open.
Okay. All right. Nothing too bad so far. Bit chunky and thick.
This one smells like an actual really good salsa.
Ooh. That does actually. Hey, you want to sniff and pass it over to Jesus for his inspection? Oh, the humanity.
I
What
don't
did you
even
guys do when I looked away?
Nothing.
Why do I not believe you?
I don't
told you.
even
There
wanna-
was a bloodbath. There was blood everywhere.
There you go. I'll help you out. Shit.
Can't get the chip in here.
Oh, dear.
No, this actually smells good.
Yeah, it does actually.
I don't think it's going to be that spicy, but I could be wrong on this one.
Oh, nifty. She got some of the peppers that went into this from my brother-in-law's friend, or coworker.
Where's your brother-in-law coworker from?
Texas, I assume.
Tennessee.
It won't be that bad then, right?
Poblano, Serrano, and what?
Jalapeno.
And jalapeno.
Sounds like a lovely couple.
Alrighty. Are we ready, boys?
This smells really good, but
It does, but it
This-
scares me.
this could be bad.
3, 2, 1. Oh dear.
Car out in the desert.
Some a-hole needs to inform us that he has a tiny penis. Oh wow.
Yeah, there's spice to this.
That's good.
I gotta get another one.
Not that bad, though.
Not that bad.
You
Very.
just had a good chip. I actually want to try the chip on its own.
Oh, I got a little salsa. I'm sorry. I ruined your life.
Child, it takes a lot more than that just to ruin my life.
It's not that bad.
Very peppery taste.
Very mild compared to some of the things we have on the show.
Oh, yeah, no.
offense.
Is it a little sweet to anyone else? Am I crazy?
No, it is sweet. It is sweet. There is sweetness to it.
I got a hint of sweetness, but mostly it was pepper. And it hurts. It definitely has a spice to it. It's not the strongest thing we've had, obviously. I wouldn't even say it's the strongest thing Tara has sent.
No. No offense.
Pretty good.
There is spice there. It's good. I'd put that on a lot of different things, actually.
Maybe mix that in with some fajita meat.
Yeah.
See, I'm just thinking like it tastes really strong of peppers, and when I say peppers, I mean like a bell pepper or actual serrano pepper or things like that. That kind of grassiness. And my first thought is
This would have been good on our nachos we had last night.
that would have been good.
It really clears up the sinuses. I've
Whoa,
been, like,
yeah,
all stuffed up.
It punches you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, somebody already cleared my sinuses when they punched me in the face. I'm just saying we got a terrorist over here.
Yeah.
What?
And he's
See-
on the couch.
Tara is saying that she didn't put anything sweet into it, but somehow it came out that way.
I gotta say my favorite is that second one we tried, the strawberry
jelly?
apricot
the
I
jam?
like the one
jelly.
that is sweet and doesn't hurt. Oh, what an interesting take.
Yeah, no, I agree. The jam, that jelly jam
It's gonna
thing.
be really good on a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm just saying. It's like,
I do like the strawberry, but then again, I like sweet things.
we missed the jam for the episode where we all had non-spicy things like the donkey sauce and the
yeah.
barbecue. That would have been a good finale. That would have been the best thing we had on that show too.
Oh, easily. This beats the crap out of like. So.
Yeah, no offense to Guy Fieri, but also he didn't respond to my emails. Actually, I want to go back for that strawberry.
Yeah, that one was good.
I just wouldn't have a second thing of that salsa. It must be good.
I had 3 things of that salsa to make sure I wasn't going crazy.
But yeah. Oh.
I got the steel chip.
You know what? You want to grab me that last chip, and I'll have me a second helping of this strawberry one. Oh, thank you. Look at that.
Look how kind.
These are actually really freaking good. You know, maybe the Black Lily should put some of those in her storefront. Those are actually really good.
What was your favorite?
The last one we had.
The salsa?
That's also.
Was really good. It all came out good.
But
I think the second one was the better one, whichever one. That was the sweet one, the jam.
the not hot sauce?
Tara swears that she will get you beats someday.
I want I want her beets.
Double wrap them.
Our dad says you could definitely tell which 2 are brothers. I don't think we look that alike even.
You know, the only way you're gonna get those beats if you make your way down there to go grab them.
I know.
Yeah, those
bring
beats.
them back.
Those beats won't survive.
I'm not bringing. Oh, for you?
Yeah.
No. You
No.
can help get them.
No, Scraps.
Apparently.
Mister
Scraps?
just lives on my freaking sofa.
Scraps
Yeah,
is the
right.
one who doesn't.
I gotta
like
keep it
beets.
warm and safe.
No, we already knew that Scraps doesn't like beets.
Yeah, no, he loves beets.
I didn't know that.
I'm a beaner.
That you love
What does that have to do with anything?
They both start with B.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Uncultured swine.
You see, you
Pay
come
rent.
to New Orleans to
Give me a reason to pay rent. Go visit
Tara
West
will
Virginia.
bring
Go
beats,
visit our Dark Lord and Savior.
and you will bring the beats home, and it will be a successful journey.
Yeah, that's the only way they're gonna have a successful delivery.
Screw that, I'll just eat them there.
You know, you can do that too. That's the bad ending.
Speaking of endings,
What if Bear wants them?
Bear. B. Beets.
okay, so are we ready to keep going on with the show?
Yeah, what are
B.
we starting with?
Not until you confirm that you're gonna go over there, have some down there, take enough to last you on the trip back, and for us to be able to have some.
Tara,
used
just
to
send,
make, like,
just
a
send.
triple batch of beats.
She sent us beets before they've broken.
Use bubble wrap, first of all. Don't just put like a t-shirt or...
Dude, I have seen how UPS and FedEx handle their fucking deliveries. You're better off just going down there to pick
Yeah,
it up yourself.
actually, if you mark something as fragile,
They
they'll know
punch it.
that you already wrapped it and protected it beforehand, so they don't care. They know it's
Yeah.
already protected.
Anyway, though, so...
Yeah, get out of here, man.
Can I be the camera guy? Hey, Bear, there's a scorpion
Second
under
face
your
shot.
chair.
That's bad manners.
Well,
There's a scorpion under your chair.
Yeah, Dad, we did hear about the attack in New Orleans. Really
Everybody
does
okay?
suck. No, a bunch of people were killed actually. But we're gonna have a fun show tonight. Even though I'm literally standing between 2 people who are about to start World War III in the middle of my desert.
He already broke my nose. I'm just saying, this terrorist.
Anyway, so before we start talking about real life vampires, me and you went and actually saw one of the most legendary.
I take my
Yeah, that was
glasses
a
off
mistake.
before
My
you break them.
My leg was comfortable. One hit me. There we go.
Anyway,
hey Sean, what's that?
Alright, you're staying over here with me now.
He was not this disruptive before you came. I want to point that out.
Can I see him back?
I'm not doing anything.
I'll give you this one instead.
Oh, that's Sean's. Sean's Christmas gift, everybody.
No, that's a very good animal. You know, the seagulls actually have the most unique teeth.
That's cool. Cool. I did not know.
So is
that.
there a theme to today's episode other than Bishop being a massive asshole?
And me being
You?
yeah.
Hey, Jesus, if I throw you the walrus, will you throw it at him? Or should I just throw it at him?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Or should I throw it at Kristoff? Or should I just surprise everybody?
I'm gonna go with the surprise. Just do it randomly.
Oh.
Anyway, so no, we were going to be talking about vampires tonight. Before we get into real life vampires, me and you went and actually saw Nosferatu, probably the most famous cinematic vampire ever. Mainly because he's not supposed to be the most legendary cinematic vampire. So, for those of you who aren't aware, Nosferatu is literally an attempt at making a movie of Bram Stoker's Dracula without Bram Stoker. It literally follows the exact same plot, they just change all the names around. What's really funny is that the original silent film in the 1920s actually used some of the same names.
Sorry to interrupt.
I don't believe you.
No, I actually do. Amazon Prime right now has the original Nosferatu, but in color, free on there. Where there's no audio. There is audio. There's the music playing, but it pulls up the sheets where like they say everything after they're done.
The silent film.
Yeah, it's on there. I started watching it. It's actually pretty good.
The original Nosferatu is really good.
It's one of the greatest horror movies ever made. Also considered the first horror movie, the original.
I had to stop watching it because one of my buddies came over. He's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, silent film. He's like, "Does that mean I have to read?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "I don't want to read," so we had to start watching something else. This is coming from someone who's dyslexic too.
Tough Rocks?
He bought me food, so.
Oh, okay, fine. There's a difference there. Anyway, though. But anyway, no, and I gotta be honest with you. Anytime I hear that there's a remake or a reboot or a sequel or a prequel, usually I don't even want to hear anything more about that. Then I heard that frickin' Defoe is in it. And the funny thing is I thought Defoe was actually Count Orlok, which is not Dracula, the vampire.
The Nosferatu.
The Nosferatu. But he actually wasn't playing Orlok. He actually played not Van Helsing, who they called Von Franz?
Dr. Freund?
Dr. Von Freund, I think? Yeah, it started with an F.
I don't even think he was in the original Nosferatu. I think the normal doctor they meet from the start is the guy that solves everything, is the Nosferatu expert. But this director, he loves to work with Defoe, and he will put Defoe in any movie he can. He's already confirmed his next 2 movies will star Defoe.
Mm-hmm. And the funny thing...
It depends on the movie where Defoe's actually pretty good.
See, that's the funny thing, is like, if you had told me William Defoe basically playing Von Helsing, Dr. Van Helsing, I'd be like, that's all wrong for him. But, no, he was actually really cool in it. I'm not going to get too much into the spoilers or review of it, but, I mean, overall, real quick, just a quick shout out for it before we get into the actual blood and guts of our show tonight. What would you give it out of 1 out of 10?
I think it's a really solid movie. My only complaint, Nosferatu, Count Orlok, is such an iconic design. They obviously wouldn't live up to it, especially because you couldn't just redo it, because it wouldn't work in a modern movie. But I also think Nosferatu's design, this just doesn't hold up. It's just kind of I could imagine this in any Blumhouse movie about a scary vampire guy. And if my only complaint is the guy that is cloaked in shadows for 90% of the movie looks a little off, I think it's fine.
I will give one spoiler. He has this big, thick Mario mustache that I just can't see Count Orlok having hair. Because, I mean, he's bald. I don't know.
They clearly just wanted to distinguish themselves design-wise from the original Nosferatu.
I'm amazed they didn't give him hair.
He did have like a weird half-rotten side braid.
Kinda.
If my only complaint is that the guy that you never see the whole movie looks a little weird.
Yeah, they do a great job actually using like lighting and shadow effects and stuff to almost cast an illusion of...
It's a horror movie where I actually care about and like the human cast more than the monster cast, which is hard to do.
Yeah, no, the characters actually were really good. Everyone did great in the performance, even not Mina, who, in a weird way, this is going to sound like the most backhanded compliment ever, she actually made her kind of corny, over-the-top, overly dramatic acting work for the character, if that makes any sense.
No.
You didn't even see it.
Because I wasn't even invited.
Where were you today?
I was at work.
Well, there you go. Anyway, though. But, no, I personally would say, I would honestly give it a 7.
I mean, I really liked it. I'd give it like a 9.
Wow. Now, to be fair, it does suffer from what I call daddy's shoes syndrome, because you can tell clearly they're remaking Nosferatu. They're trying to be like Nosferatu. Here's the problem. You are never going to completely and perfectly replicate that. And
yeah, there's going up against the most iconic horror movie ever, and it's a silent film, and like it's really hard to get everyone to understand and respect a silent film. But Nosferatu does it. And there's a remake by Werner Herzog, one of the most like acclaimed and famous directors of all time. So like no matter what you do, you're stepping on somebody's shoes when you do this.
yeah, you're gonna have an uphill battle no matter which way you go.
With like a famous director like Eggers, who is on like a pretty popular streak right now, the actors had to know that this was a big risk, because if this movie bombed, they're forever gonna be like, oh, weren't they in that really bad Nosferatu remake? Why would they even try remaking that?
This was actually good. It didn't need to replace anything. It didn't need to change anything to be subvertive. It was good. Significantly longer runtime, and it does introduce several characters that I don't think...
Yeah, like I think Willem Dafoe's character is completely added.
But he's supposed to be
But he fits in. He works with the rest of the cast. And they actually flesh out the Harding family...
Yeah.
And give them like a real story arc instead of just kind of being
they were there
in the background.
Yeah. I will acknowledge that they got a little too comfortable with jump scares, which are just obnoxious.
I hate jump scares.
Honestly.
If it's done right, then yes, but if it becomes the main part of your fucking horror movie...
I'm gonna be honest, I cannot remember a single jump scare. Like, maybe the rat's in the ship, but like also that is supposed to be a big reveal. Like, oh, he's in the ship. And maybe when Knock was in the coffin, and like that was a big twist because Knock dies earlier in the original film.
No, he survives in the original.
No, I get him.
No, he survives. He's in the prison cell.
He gets lynched at, doesn't he?
No, he gets recaptured, and him in his cell. That's how they know he actually is dead, because he starts screaming and crying that my master is dead. My master is dead, and that's literally the end of the movie. And that's how they confirm that. Yeah, no. Orlok is defeated finally. And also, for a movie that went out of its way so well to pay homage to the iconic imagery of the original movie, there are several references and scenes to the iconic shadow going up the stairs. For me personally, they didn't replicate probably my favorite scene from the original Nosferatu. I guess we can spoil the movie that's like 100 years old. At the ending, Count Orloff is trapped in sunlight. They actually trick him into not returning to his coffin, and he gets struck by sunbeams, and he literally just fades away. And for the time, it was an incredible feat of photography to actually pull this off. Which is kind of ironic because, like, you could probably do that in, like, 15 minutes with a still shot. But it annoyed me because I was looking forward to that. I was like, come on, they got to keep that iconic fade away thing. and they didn't. They did something completely different than that. It was still cool.
It's more befitting his like weird modern design, but like also the modern design is like the one thing I don't like about the movie. So
Yeah,
it
but
makes sense that I don't like that either.
overall, it was a very good movie. Definitely, you should go see it. And by the way, it is a Christmas movie.
They do say
It is a Christmas. There's a Christmas tree, and they even mention that it's the Christmas time. So Nosferatu, the 2024 version, or it came out in 24.
Came out on Christmas Day, so yes.
So the 2024 Nosferatu is a Christmas movie. So there, it's not even going to be an argument or debate. It is a Christmas movie.
Just like that, you lost me.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, though, but as I mentioned, we are going to be talking about a couple real life vampires. And before we get into that whole mess, I want to establish a kind of boundary. We're going to be talking about a couple cases of American vampires. Now, every culture has their own version of what would be generally called a vampire, a corpse that gets up and feeds on the life of people. In China, they have rigor mortis, so they hop around really weird, and it's kind of hard to take them seriously. I'm sorry. In Japan, they're just a severed head with flappy ears that fly around, and they have a needle that comes out of their nose. I think they're called Aki. Is that how it's pronounced? Aki or Aki? Aki or Aki?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know about the needles.
Yeah, they have a little needle that comes out through their nostrils, and that's how they feed on your blood. I think they're called Aki. Maybe somebody who actually can speak Japanese will be able to clarify. I think it's Aki. It might be Aki. But anyway, now Americans, obviously America is a much younger culture. We're slightly different with our vampires. The American vampire has a really bad habit of following around, how do I put this nicely? Tabloids and gossip. The fact of the matter is, the more you dig on American vampires, the more you find convenient information about like family histories and political parties and things like that. Which is where we are going first up with maybe, and actually no, I don't think it's maybe, I think she is the original first time that a government document has the word vampire written in it. Lily Rose Depp. I have not heard of that one, but we are going to be talking about some Louisiana vampires here in a little bit, Dad. But first up, we're going to be talking about maybe the original American vampire.
That's the lady that played Not Mina.
Oh, that was the actress?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was talking about a case of a famous vampire.
No, that's Johnny Depp's daughter.
Really? Yeah. Really? Where'd she get the forehead from? Holy crap, she does not look like her dad.
Her mother, probably. Also, she had her hair in funny.
I'm sorry, it looked like you could
historically accurate.
Historically accurate. You could project the
How
movie
about
on that lady.
This Bear, look up how she looks. Looks like when she's not in movie makeup, props and whatnot.
Oh.
Well,
she
he
just does have a big forehead, actually.
called it. Yeah, she just has a big forehead. Also, wow, his daughter is that old. Yeah, he's pretty old too, huh? Yeah. Anyway, though, but no, we're going to be talking about, of course, the legendary, the infamous, the painfully tragic Mercy Brown. I was waiting for Jesus to go, who?
Oh, yeah, who?
So, Mercy Brown, or the Mercy Brown incident, is, again, the first time that the government document actually included the words vampire. So, to understand who she is, we have to go over to Rhode Island in the late 19 1800s, excuse me. Now, as I mentioned, vampires have this bad habit of being tied to social issues and a lot of times slander. The American vampire really is a hex mark. You know, someone is bad, they turn, turns out all along they were a vampire. Totally, yeah, no.
Pick them up, cut their head off, put them on backwards.
Put it on a spike.
We see a very similar thing happen actually with the legendary Jersey Devil. The Leeds family was notoriously disliked, and wouldn't you know it, randomly, for no particular reason, Mother Leeds just decides to give her 13th baby to the devil. Yeah, because that makes sense.
Well, because the 7th son's the lucky one.
But anyway, no, the Brown family was not popular in Rhode Island. And mainly it's often put on Dr. George Brown, the father. He was a physician. Actually, he was more of a chemist. I guess we'd call him a pharmacist by today's standards. He made medicine.
And in those days.
The problem is that he was really unpopular because he had this opinion that his time was valuable and his resources and skill warranted compensation. And so a lot of the people on Rhode Island didn't like him. They felt that he was, denying them vital medicine for money.
Oh, look,
and I want to point,
I'm going to get paid for what I do.
See,
fair compensation.
And see, that's the thing. There's all kinds of stories about that, about how people hated him because he actually had the audacity to send people bills and, to charge them for his services. There's no receipts or evidence at all that he charged exorbitant prices. There's nothing saying he was like, there are stories that he literally would want like gold bricks. Like you couldn't just pay him with, money. No. He wanted gold. Anything they could say that was nasty about George Brown, they did. And it only gets worse because he had a pair of children. Mercy Brown and
Georgie Brown.
Edward Brown.
Oh, that was close.
Well, you got their names right earlier.
Yeah. Anyway, though, but yeah. I love how the Wikipedia actually says not to be confused with Mercy Brown, the weightlifter, who was at the Olympics apparently. But anyhow, so they suffered from a disease known as tuberculosis. Now, we're going to have to, unfortunately, talk about this because that tuberculosis, first of all, is a horrible, horrible affliction. And it has a tendency to circulate alongside the stories of American vampires. Very tragic, but unfortunately, we're going to have to discuss it real quick. And, hold on here.
Tuberculosis is a terrible fucking disease.
It is.
It is treatable now, but it still fucking sucks.
Yeah, and what's interesting is we haven't even had the treatment for it for 100 years.
Yeah,
it's less than 100 years old.
I think the most famous case right now is Ozzy. He has it.
Yeah, he has it, but it was referred to as the White Death or consumption. Just referred to as consumption.
A lot of younger viewers might know it from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yep, it gets mentioned
Arthur
a lot.
Morgan, he catches it after he went to go collect some money that was owed.
Chester is 1 month younger than Johnny Depp.
Depp is freaking old!
And a fucking legend.
Yeah, but anyway. So, tuberculosis. Here's the scary thing. Modernly, it only has a 10% at worst fatality rate because, again, you can actually treat it now. Not back in the day. Not back in the day. But it's a horrible, horrible bacterial infection that the biggest indicator is a lack of blood. Your body stops producing blood. Which is why very often when you talk about it, suddenly people are going to think of a vampire. Which, by the way, and maybe one of you guys can actually answer this. So tuberculosis is the loss of blood in your body. What is the overabundance of blood? Is that even a thing?
They said it in Nosferatu.
Yes.
They just said congestion of blood.
Congestion of blood? Maybe that, yeah. But anyway, and that'll be important later. So, anyway, George Brown's 2 children, Edward and Mercy, both had it.
Polycythemia.
Polycythemia. Okay.
Also, so these 2 children had tuberculosis, which means they're lacking the blood. Which means they should be being attacked by a vampire, but they hate this guy so much. They specifically say that the daughter herself is the vampire for some reason.
Oh, it gets so much worse.
'Cause they're assholes.
Yeah. No, anyway. Now, there's all kinds of stories about George, and it's kind of sad that the story of Mercy Brown is really the story of Dr. George Brown, her father, because again, everything came from trying to run this man down horribly. There are stories about how he actually, first of all, there are stories that Mercy and Edward were born of incest, that George Brown had briefly married and impregnated his cousin, who conveniently is never named when they talk about this.
Nasty fact. That's actually still common nowadays, where there are certain states where you're allowed to marry a cousin.
Yeah. And again, that was, while we can all comfortably sit here and go, ew, the fact is that was just a thing.
Yeah, back then that was common.
Unfortunately, but there's no proof that he actually did get married to his cousin, or that they were not the children of his wife. But they did have tuberculosis. And another slanderous story they gave was that he, get this, on top of everything else, George is a misogynist. He hated his own daughter. He only tried to take care of his son. No
That's
proof
what
of...
they turned around and said about his wife.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. That's the weird thing. Anything nasty they could say about George, they did. But they mostly left his wife alone and just accused her of being a prostitute.
You know, really, really beating those misogynists.
I know, right?
Well, back in the day.
That was pretty, I mean, yeah, that's pretty down.
Such a misogynist, he married a whore.
I know, I love...
Back then it wasn't even seen all that bad.
Yeah.
It was an actual fucking job.
Yeah. But anyway, now, the truth is that, no, he tried desperately to take care of both of them. You have to keep in mind, this was in, hold on.
And then when you consider the fact that he has 2 sick children, the fact that he wants an honest wage from his work makes a lot more sense. He's not looking to give out charity work. He needs the charity work.
Exactly. I mean, let's be fair here. Okay, your 2 children are dying from a disease and you really don't even understand it. What are you going to do? Are you going to take care of them, or are you going to be convenient for a bunch of strangers?
Fuck them motherfuckers.
I would inflate my prices to take care of my children. And if you don't like that, screw you. But anyway, tragically, Mercy died in 1892. She was only 19 years old. Edward was still alive. He survived a little bit longer, but we'll get to that in a minute. Here's the problem. The tuberculosis continued to spread throughout New England, creating what was called the vampire panic. Everyone was sure there were vampires. It had to be a vampire. And you know what? Who the most likely suspect has to be?
The dude was fucking...
Someone from that damn Brown family. It's got to be one of them. And so, the mayor of Rhode Island, what was the city? Exeter, I think is how you pronounce that. Exeter, Exeter. I'm going to assume it's pronounced Exeter. Anyway, the mayor of Exeter wrote out an actual mandate, executive order, I think is the term we would use actually. And he actually penned down that Mercy Brown was to be exhumed from her grave. A family plot, by the way. That was private Brown land. They had that. They owned that piece of the graveyard. She was to be exhumed and studied to test if she was a vampire. He wrote it down. So,
I'm about to get shot.
so a mob of people dug up her grave, dissected her.
A mob of people about to get shot.
and removed her heart and liver. They then took her head off, turned it around, and stitched it back onto her shoulders backwards. They also took note that she did not look to be in a state of decomposition. Now, students, who's been paying attention?
Yo.
Why would she not be decomposing?
Because they probably dug her ass up like not that long after she passed away.
Her father was a chemist. He
Oh.
embalmed her. He embalmed her. Which, by the way, real quick, can we just have a moment of sorrow for the fact that this man had to embalm his own daughter? Whilst the entirety of Rhode Island thinks that you're a horrible person and just takes every chance to say shit about you.
Can anyone say a supervillain origin?
Oh, you don't know how close you are, actually, because after this incident, he apparently took a turn for the worst mentally. He that's the scariest part of all. They took out her heart and liver from her body and gave them to him. They gave George Brown his own daughter's heart and liver. He completely went off the deep end. Now, it should be pointed out that he also allegedly dabbled in alchemy.
Who did it back in the day?
Well, see, here, and that's the thing, is like, on the one hand, that sounds like obvious slander, because, I mean, who dabbles in alchemy? Alchemy is right down there with, the occult. At the same time, people who actually study stuff will tell you alchemy was just ye old chemistry, so it makes complete sense that a chemist would also know about alchemy.
When it's not talking about like Asmodeus and the Philosopher's Stone. And
Yeah, things like that. But like, at its core, when you strip away the spiritual stuff to it, alchemy is chemistry at its most simple form. It's the most primitive form of chemistry. So of course, yeah, he probably did know a bit about it. But anyway, he took the heart and liver of his daughter and burned it and used the ashes to mix into a tonic that he hoped would help cure his son. And unfortunately, it didn't work. Edward Brown died roughly 2 months after his sister did. Unfortunately, that did not stop the stories. For years, the Brown family was slandered. All kinds of legends were spread about Mercy Brown coming back from the grave and things like that. I mean, they say if you want to really hurt a man, you go after his kids. So there you go. But there's a twist, a kind of pseudo-happy ending. So in 1927, was it? I think it was 27 when they actually came out with a treatment for tuberculosis. Hold on.
Please tell me it was a brown enough I can made it.
It was Albert Calmetti and Camelia Guerin. They created the BCG vaccine, which is widely used to treat tuberculosis. They were asked how they figured it out, and guess who they cited?
Brown?
Dr. George Brown's notes. The records and documents he wrote while trying to cure his children were the linchpin in creating the BCG vaccine. So, in a tragically roundabout way, and the even worse part, he died just a few years before it actually was found.
Damn.
He was right there. He almost lived to see the cure. But
That still would have made him upset, though. I would have.
I mean, I'd be upset about what happened to my, children, but that's also kind of, you gotta be proud of yourself too, being basically the forefather to the cure for tuberculosis. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, he died in 1922, just a few years before the vaccine was created. It's also used to treat leprosy, by the way. Yeah, no. But no, they straight up said no. It was Brown. George Brown's notes are how we got the vaccine at all. too little too late, sadly, but I mean, I still think that's an achievement. That's something worth remembering. Oh, and one last final note. After exhuming her body, they didn't even put her back in the family plot. They buried her in the Baptist cemetery of Exeter. Not even in the actual family plot, because that's part of it. You have to bury them somewhere else because a vampire is bound to their original grave soil. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, a lot of people would have been
Blah
shot.
blah blah blah.
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, no, I normally I object to Jesus's comments for that, but no, I agree with you. I would shoot someone.
Super villain mode.
Well, he kind of did. Supposedly he became unhinged, and like it went from legitimate medical research of how could I cure this? I have to save my children, to anything is on the table. I'll make a tonic from the ashes of my daughter's heart and liver. Why? Anything's a good idea at this point. I mean, no, it really is.
On fire. Town hall would have been burned to the ground.
Yeah, I guess we should be grateful that he didn't go full supervillain, because it was his research that led to the actual cure. So, for whatever it might be worth, almost 100 freaking actually over 100 years. Because he died in 1922. That was over 100 years ago. We're 25. So for whatever it's worth, thank you, George. Sincerely. What happened to your daughter was unfair. But she does stand, for better or worse, as, yes, the original American vampire. What a bunch of jerks. Like, seriously, it's like, I would never want to go to Rhode Island in the first place. But, like, now, I don't want to go. I would kind of like to see her grave. That would be cool.
It's 100 years ago.
No, it's still there.
Well, I mean, like, it's not Rhode Island's fault.
No, but that is pretty shitty.
They've had to change a character since then, I assume.
Maybe they've had an alignment change.
I doubt it. We should still burn it to the ground.
I mean, it's New England.
Revenge!
Tara Jr. does not have tuberculosis.
He has the too much blood one.
Oh, he has the other one. Oh, that sucks.
Anemia.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tara. I just saw her message and I thought she was talking about tuberculosis.
Yeah, good on.
It's like, I know JR is fond of tall tales and he may be a bit exaggerative. If he ever says he has tuberculosis, I think we need to talk. But anyway, we have another legendary American vampire. And technically it's not American, actually. But it does tie back into tuberculosis. Because again, American vampires always crop up with this one. It's kind of the explaining the unknown thing. Because you got to remember, people don't realize how much in the past few decades we've jumped when it comes to medicine.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no. People talk about, like, how primitive do you have to be to blame tuberculosis on vampires?
It wasn't until, like, after World War II where we had various strides in the medical field. Sadly, a bunch of those strides came from horrible human
experimentation.
But
Dr.
because
Ishii.
of those, the medical field moved so far ahead that shit that used to kill us 100 years ago, it
doesn't exist anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore. The last big thing we had that was wiping us out was COVID.
And even that was kind of piddly.
Yeah.
Look, to everyone who lost someone to COVID, you have all my sympathies. I mean it. But the ugly truth is, the fact of the matter is, COVID was like the weakest plague ever.
Yeah, look at it. Like, right after World War II, we ended up having the fucking...
What was World War One?
World War
was
One.
That
it was
Spanish
the
flu?
Spanish flu. Right after World War One, it was the Spanish flu.
Yeah. That famous quote from Dr. Ishii, "You won't kill me because my research will save your children."
Yep.
Of all the things for the bastard to be right about, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, no, we're going to be talking... Technically, these are French vampires, but it happened in America.
Oh, oui, oui.
Oh, you're going to love these ones. I'm talking, of course, about the legendary Casket Girls, which there are 2 generations of.
How you doing?
So this was... so the original term Casket Girl actually comes up before America exists at all, when Louisiana was a, what was the term was it considered a province of France, or was it just a colony? I think they just called it a colony.
I think it was a colony.
Yeah, anyway though. So back then, France, it's kind of funny, France, and they don't talk about this, but it's true, France kind of viewed Louisiana as kind of a penal colony. It was where they sent the less pretty aspects of France in the 1700s and so on. And there were many orphan girls, because, look, I'm just going to say the ugly thing. In a lot of European cultures, boys were considered more valuable and important than girls. So girls would often get the short end of the stick, and very often they would give a single piece of luggage referred to as a casket or a casquette. I'm not sure how you pronounce it in French, but basically just a big piece of luggage, and their whole life was in it, and they were sent to Louisiana. A lot of these girls ended up becoming, as Jesus mentioned before, the world's oldest profession, prostitutes. But the thing is that these were not unusual women. It was not unusual to see this. Even after the Louisiana Purchase, there were still some casket girls. And that's where we need to really talk about this, because they were known as the Casket Girl Gang. And the thing that's interesting about these women is that there is nothing concrete about them. It is all urban legends and ghost stories and things like that. And depending on who you ask, the story will change. But basically, these were women who were said to live in Louisiana, and they were a group. There were, again, the stories changed. There was a dozen of them. There were 9 of them. Some people say there were 12, like the apostles I mentioned before, a dozen. All kinds of stuff like this. But they had this really bad habit of always conveniently showing up where there would be an outbreak of tuberculosis. Now,
ladies and gentlemen, back in the day, if you didn't protect yourself, as in now, you pass shit around.
Yeah.
Back then, a certain item wasn't invented yet.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, bodily fluids would transfer as they do,
well,
and
now,
there you go.
Yeah, and again, what's funny is that the original term, when it was a French term, when it was a French colony, casket girls were actually viewed with like pity, and they felt like it was a way to say an orphan girl. You know, she's a casket girl. Not when America took over. When it became an American state, casket girls were a nice way to say unwholesome. An unwholesome woman was a casket girl. And this gang in particular were infamous with spreading tuberculosis. Now, what's interesting about the Casket Girl gang is that they change from every person who tells them. I've seen stories that they were from West Africa. Other stories say they were Spaniards. They were from Spain. They were refugees. But they're never is the Casket Girl gang referred to as being actually French or English. They're always from somewhere else. Usually someplace that's not popular. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, because like, the complexion of the skin matters.
Yeah.
Where the things come from.
It was a slanderous thing. The Casket Girl scare was used to just, make worse examples out of people that were not popular. And I think it's kind of
still done to this day.
Oh yeah, no, it is still done to this day. But the Casket Girls in particular are kind of interesting because, again, they became synonymous with tuberculosis, and because of that, vampirism. There are stories that they would very often rotate from town to town all over Louisiana. They were in New Orleans. They were in Shreveport. They were in Baton Rouge and shit like that. Anywhere, any place that, maybe, I don't like that place. I don't want people to like that place. They got Casket Girls there? Oh yeah, no, they'll give you tuberculosis. But the ghost story always goes how the girls would rotate from halfway house to halfway house. But eventually their their wicked, evil ways were caught because a nun who happens to be operating the halfway house that they were living in.
And here comes the religion aspect of it.
Mm-hmm. So they were prostitutes. They would work every night and sleep in the daytime. Now, the interesting thing is, of course, everyone knows a vampire has to sleep in their coffin or in their native soil or their grave and things like that. Well, you wonder why they were called caskets? Because when the nun decides to go snooping through these girls' room, she opens one of the luggages and it's completely empty. These girls apparently were carrying around empty luggage. Why? Because they used those for coffins to sleep in the daytime. That has to be the lamest
excuses ever.
That has to be the
orphanage. They don't have that much. They were given those things to keep whatever small items they had to go with them.
But yeah, no, that was the explanation. The casket girls used their own luggage for coffins, and they traveled around Louisiana being prostitutes. And of course, the tuberculosis was because they were feeding on people and stuff like that. And then, of course, as with all creepy urban legends, the girls just were gone one day. But no, the casket girl is another example of how the American vampire is a huge, it's a way to discredit people. It's a way to dismiss something. It's usually also used to explain tuberculosis, which was really bad in America.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think it was actually pretty gnarly.
I can't remember the numbers, but it was they were up there.
I have tuberculosis.
No, you don't. Ow. Yeah, my dad does bring up a good point. Tuberculosis was also extremely contagious, and it spread very, very easily. You know, I'm genuinely surprised that
them just coughing on somebody would spread it.
Could be enough. Yeah, could you imagine sleeping with someone that had it? Like the cat in the case of the casket girls?
Yeah, the whole family would have it.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that Brown didn't get it. George Brown?
I'm going with because he was a chemist and he saw the symptoms.
Probably.
He did have the means to be able to make something to sanitize himself with, hit the area, to be able to not spread it to himself so he could help his family.
Good night, Dad. Love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, probably super sanitized. Oy.
I probably have it.
If anyone has an excuse to be a germaphobe, I would give it to George Brown. Dr. George Brown, I should call him that, because he was a doctor and he did help people very much. The fact that he actually expected to be compensated for this doesn't make him a bad person.
No, one should always expect compensation when you are providing a service. And
again, honestly, you know what? If I had to save my children's life, yes, I would inflate my prices. I would absolutely extort people to save my children's lives, or even just try to.
Yep,
but by the way, there's no...
Well, their goddamn corpses, we're going to be having a problem.
But by the way, again, I want to reiterate this. There's no proof that he even did that. But back to the casket girls. They're a great example of the American vampire was kind of like a trap card. You know what I mean? Oh, you committed a social faux pas. Ha ha! You have vampires in your family. You know, vampires were kind of an explanation. The American vampire was a way to confront tuberculosis, as well as, and I'm just going to say the ugly, uncomfortable thing, those god-danged foreigners.
Look at fucking COVID.
Yeah, no, it's...
COVID's the best example for that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Where did we blame it at?
We blamed everybody. We blamed everything for it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we could talk about where it actually came from and stuff, but no, like, I remember being in the pandemic. Yeah, no. It was from everything. It was from everywhere. Diseases have a bad habit of scaring people, and when people are scared, they want an explanation, because explanations are reassuring. And as strange as this sounds, a vampire is less frightening than a bacteria. Because you gotta remember, people back then didn't even know what a bacteria was. Like, seriously. Hell, you have your phone. When was the microscope invented? Like, how many people could even have seen a bacteria in the 1700s or the 1900s?
One of my favorite, and again, everyone knows I'm a big anime nerd.
Yeah.
I
It's invented in 1590.
1590. Yeah. Okay, the first one was, but like, when did it become wide produced? Like, when did they mass produce microscopes? Like, Aristotle might have had one, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
one of my, it was made either last year or the year before. Modern scientist wanted to help his sister from. She had a disease that was killing her. She passed away when she was still a kid. He became a scientist, became a doctor to be able to fight said disease, so that way it wouldn't happen again.
Yeah.
He passes away in his sleep and gets reincarnated in a world where it's more magic and a bit of science. He leans more towards the science part, and the knowledge that he learned from our world, he's able to use it there. The magic he uses, it lets him make antibiotics, be able to cure. Hell, in that universe, he made because he knew the ingredients to make the vaccine for the Black Death.
What was that?
One of the cans.
Oh.
For the Black Death, he was able to make it there. He made the first fucking microsoap there. Showed it to the fucking queen, like, this is what's killing you. And she's like, oh, everyone take a look.
Yeah.
And then he explained it in a way that they would understand. And then going forward, he explained, this is how you need to stay sanitized. This is what you need to do when someone's sick.
Yeah.
Fucking cured the goddamn plague on that fucking world. Did it to where it wouldn't be fucking contagious.
Yeah. Again, it sounds weird, but no, a vampire would be way easier to confront than a bacteria back then, when like maybe 1 in a million people have access to a microscope.
They weren't mass produced until the 1850s, so yeah.
Yeah. They would have. Well, no, wait. Brown died in. No, they wouldn't even have those things. Or if they did, it'd be one guy who had it maybe at a university or something. And most people probably couldn't even tell you what a bacteria was. Hell, most people today probably would struggle to fully define one. And that's not to say they're stupid, it's just that, yeah, this is actually some pretty deep and detailed stuff. And yeah, vampires, oogie boogie vampires who can't go into sunlight and die if you stab them in the chest and stuff like that, that's way easier to confront than the unknown. Same with, foreigners. You notice they're never English or French. The casket girls, they're never English or French in the slander stories. Yeah, because the French and the English people were the population of Louisiana. It was all the other people who were foreigners and weirdos and things like that.
And of course they're going to blame the other people.
Exactly, because, look, let's just say the ugly thing out loud. Foreign culture, it is, and foreign cultures can be scary. There can be conflicts and clashes between cultures, and when people see that, they tend to have a fear response. It doesn't mean that they're bigots. It doesn't mean they're evil. It means they're human. But again, the Casket Girl and Mercy Brown, and really, again, the American vampire as a whole, was always kind of a security blanket. A way to explain something you couldn't understand that was just too damn scary. Or it was a way to hit someone in the balls. Hey, George, remember you sent me that bill? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna dig up your daughter. I'm gonna desecrate her corpse. Petty, but human. But anyway, folks.
Very petty.
Very petty. Very tragic. There's a part of me that hopes that maybe at some point they actually considered redigging her up and putting her back.
Yeah. Dig her up.
Well, put her back in her family plot at least. Put her back with the other Brown.
No, okay. Mm-hmm.
Can we maybe put her head back on right? I know it's a kind of superficial thing, but it'd be nice in my opinion. But anyway, we've reached the end of our night. I can guarantee people are like, you're making vampires not fun. It's like, well, the American you got to remember, America is a much younger culture, so there's less mysticism and magic with American folklore and creatures. And because, when America came around, we already had the printing press, basically. So it's much easier to look at records and find, hey, isn't it funny how the Leeds family, who everybody hated, also happened to have a devil born in their family? What are the odds?
Oh, look, this lady got rid of a child. She somehow is no longer around, and now there's a little demon running around the neighborhood.
Yeah, funny how that all works out. But no, that's kind of the American take of the vampire. It's not a thing in particular. It's a ghost story. It's a slander. It's a mark. Which is kind of funny because, everyone talks about vampiric curses and stuff like that. The American vampire is just the curse. But as I was saying, that's our show for this week. Welcome to the new year. Hopefully 2025 is going to be good for us. Hopefully it's good for you. We'll see you all next week. Next week, because this little bastard is going to be leaving eventually.
He'll be here next time.
Yeah, and we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna be playing Horrified from Ravensburger once again, because you have a date with a hopping vampire. And also we need to redeem ourselves because we did lose to Cthulhu last time. So I want a rematch. I want to fight Cthulhu again. Maybe with 4 people against him, we can actually take him down. But so be there next week for Ravenburger's Horrified. And I've been your host, Kristoff N. Chester. This is my student of anthropology, little brother, Sean Lee Chester. We have Jesus over there. He managed to move off my couch and onto my sofa. The bishop over in the corner. Everyone wish him well. Hope he gets better soon.
I might have tuberculosis.
I doubt it. Good night, Mr. Bishop. Always glad to see you here. Always glad to see all of you here. And as always, stop throwing things. Keep checking the shadows.